Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Daltonian95 going to another Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 video, and that is going to be our second to last character, the, well, IDW Blurr. I'm surprised I didn't say IDW Universe or Comic Universe Blurr. So, I guess this is just the Blurr that exists in Legacy. So, there he is, looking very awesome, just straight out of... looking pretty much straight out of the Spotlight Blurr comic. Got 15 steps. It is a heavy, well, not heavy remold. I guess everything on the arms is fairly new. Of course, the new head sculpt. I think a few new parts for vehicle mode, but that's mostly from the arms and the backpack. So let's get them open and check them out. And here we have Velocitron Blurr out of his packaging and looking pretty good. I mean, he, for the most part, looking like he did in the early IDW comics. This is pretty much based straight off the Spotlight comic, like I said at the beginning of the video. But no wheels. I mean, it is mostly a retool of, you know, the Studio Series Blurr. It's pretty much everything in here except for this. Actually, no, it is the same. Never mind, I thought it was a retooled piece. Yeah, pretty much everything in the central body is the same, and I think he does have the same little thrusters there, but the arms are completely new. This nose cone piece is completely new, and that's really it. But I do definitely like the more muted colors a little bit more. Like, I do really love this for the Studio Series, but for my ideal Blurr, this is the colors I like. And then, of course, you got the shattered glass. But again, they are all fantastic interpretations of Blurr. Now, one thing I'd really love to get as a repaint of this is Trans-tech Cheetor, or like animated Cheetor here. Which, I mean, both designs were based on the original Trans-tech Cheetor, which then ended up being inspired for the animated Blurr, which inspired this repaint, so it came full circle. As far as his weapons go, he does come with the exact same ones as he did before. So you get the rifle and a little torch and a little seat there that no one can sit in. Really nice silver paint here on, I guess, the grill, the rear grill, or vents. Some nice kind of bluish silver there. Got the black here for these fake wheels, which would have been nice if they actually could have lowered this down and gave him just a couple little real wheels, but it still looks nice aesthetically. But everything else is pretty much molded in the proper shade of plastic. And of course, you got the paint around here. Nice Autobot symbol in there, which works better than it does on shattered glass. I need to get a small shattered glass symbol and put right there. But yeah, I mean, you can still store the weapons just using that slot there and that weird shaped tab. Just goes over like that, and that over like that. So, all right, and for transformation on this guy is pretty much the same as, well, why do I say pretty much? It is exactly the same. So go ahead and remove those weapons, and from here, untab the front and side of the car, bring it up to about there, untab the legs from the back, folding up these sides here. That'll allow you to bring the arms the rest of the way up. Open the legs here, fold those out, split them apart, flip in the antenna, and we just close them up. And fold down the feet. So there we got him standing. Now he looks like one of those wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men. Flip up that, fold that, or rotate that around, bring the arms down. Then from here, bring this whole section back, fold it down along his back. There we go. Then from here, bring these sections up and rotate them inward. Collapse those along the back of the arm. Same thing, up, around, and back. And there we have our IDW style Blurr for the Velocitron lineup in robot mode. Give him his rifle here and his little hand torch thing. So you can have him using that if you want to, or what I like to do, bring it up here, just put it back where you would for vehicle mode. Just pointing back, pointing up like that, and just fold it. It's a little difficult because it doesn't have those extra sides keeping it in place. But you can still have it like that, and there we go. There we have our IDW style blur, and yeah, the arm's still not a big fan of those panels hanging off the arm, but the robot mode looks great. Who'd have thought that just changing the head and the forearms, I think the waist, so give me just a second here. So here he is with, you know, the 86 blur, and yeah, so you got the new head sculpt, new arms from, I guess this section is the same, but everything else on the outside of that joint is brand new except for the hands, of course. And then it looks like the bicep for the swivel is the same, or the joint for the bicep swivel. Legs are completely the same, but the waist is new. Of course, a different paint job. And of course, here he is with the shattered glass and with the character I'd love to see out of this IDW mold, animated or Trans-tech Cheetor, which I can't believe how much taller some of the deluxes were back in the day. I mean, some of them were bigger than the Voyagers. Blur being one of them, as well as Lockdown. You can still see the Elite Guard emblem molded in on there. But yeah, I would love to see this repainted into this, of course, with the more Cheetor-looking head sculpt. That'd just be awesome. And I might have some plans to do a custom of an OC, so I might have to get a second one of him and change the head around. But we'll see. Not much else to say on Blur. I mean, all the joints are pretty much, you know, have the same movement. So you got the ball joint head here that moves at the base of the neck instead of at the head itself. So you get some neck moving along with it. I do like that sculpt on the face. It is a lot better in person than some of the pictures and videos that I've seen. It's not the best, but definitely looks better than what I thought. Shoulders still rotate on that kind of detinted ratchet joint. Move all the way out to get the bicep swivel, elbow 90 degrees. Wrist only moves if you move the sleeve, so technically not really any wrist rotation, but you do have waist, you know, moves 360 just to get that welding piece out of the way. But it is hindered by, of course, that little tab that sticks out. All the way out forward, all the way back, all the way out. You got a thigh swivel right here. 90 at the knee, and then you got the ankle tilt. So, yeah, pretty much what you'd expect from most, you know, deluxes nowadays. I mean, some of them do and don't have wrist articulation. Still not a fan of how these shoulders work. I mean, I guess it's better than Hot Rod, but just not the biggest fan of that design. So, yeah, transformation back into vehicle mode, again, is fairly simple. So you take these sleeves, rotate them around, close them up. Bring down the sleeve, rotate. So you want to rotate the opposite direction of the arm. So, or you want to rotate it inward on both arms, I guess. So you got that. Rotate the chest one piece around. Bring this whole nose cone up and over the head. Just like that. Bring these down. Bring down the sections there. Open up the legs. Oh, you want to bring up the feet, then open up the leg. Rotate that around. Get the arm out of the way. We fold this down and around. Just like that, and we'll tab right back into that slot. Just like that, and that will close back up. Just like that. Same thing here. Bring it up. Oh, forgot you need to flip out the antenna piece. That will come right down to here. Bring this around to where that groove goes into the back end. And there we have that. So bring this arm back, rotate it. We'll tab in here, here, and then the hinge will go right into that curved groove right there. And there's a tab and slot there. So there we go. Bring that up and around, tab it all back in. And there we go. And then, of course, bringing out the seat. A little easier said than done on, there we go. Of course, the weapon tabs in. And the welding torch goes over the hand, over the gun. So there we go. There we got Blur in vehicle mode, and that's pretty much it. So, like I said, I really like this. I do hope we get a Trans-tech Cheetor at some point out of this. I know Hasbro's been listening more to fans, so maybe it is a possibility at some point. So, who knows? Let me know what you guys think of this Velocitron Collection Blur. Got one more deluxe to look at, and I've actually got them, so ooh. So, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, let me know down below. Check out all those links down in the description. Check out all my other Legacy videos and past Kingdom videos. I also took a look at the Wreckers collection, so check that out as well. And we'll see you next time.